The blue monkey, also called the diademed monkey, traces its origin to Africa, where it belongs to the Old World monkey family. It is one of the most widespread monkey species on the continent, having adapted to different environments over thousands of years. Fossil evidence and genetic studies suggest that this species diverged from other gonones millions of years ago, evolving its own unique traits and ecological preferences. The natural origin of the blue monkey is tied closely to the equatorial forests of Central and East Africa. It is thought to have first established itself in dense forests, where the thick canopy provided protection from predators and supported its primarily arboreal lifestyle. Over time, the species expanded its range into highland forests and even some woodland savannas, showing its adaptability. Today, it can be found in a wide swath of Africa stretching from the Democratic Republic of Congo across to East African countries such as Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Ethiopia, as well as down into southern regions like Zambia and Malawi. Blue monkeys thrive in habitats that offer thick vegetation and a rich canopy, which is why they are most commonly associated with moist, evergreen forests. They are especially abundant in montane and bamboo forests of East and Central Africa, often at elevations ranging from lowland forests all the way up to 3,000 meters above sea level. These environments give them plenty of food sources and the vertical space they need, since they spend most of their time in the trees. Although they are strongly tied to dense forests, blue monkeys are quite adaptable and can also be found in mixed habitats such as gallery forests along rivers, woodland savannas with scattered tree cover, and even plantations near human settlements if natural forests are disturbed. In these areas, they prefer sections with thick understory and climbing vegetation, which provide both food and safety. Their reliance on forested habitats, however, makes them vulnerable to deforestation and habitat fragmentation. The blue monkey is a highly social species that lives in groups known as troops, usually led by one dominant male and made up of several females with their young. What makes them particularly interesting is that female members form the core of the group. They stay with their natal troop for life, while males leave once they reach maturity. This gives the troop strong family bonds among the females, which in turn stabilizes the group. The blue monkey has a very distinctive appearance, despite its name being a little misleading. It is not truly blue but has a coat that appears grayish, with a mix of black, olive, and sometimes slightly bluish tones under certain light. Its most striking feature is the pale, whitish or yellowish patch around its eyes and muzzle, giving it a diademed look, which is why it is also known as the diademed monkey. The face is usually dark, with a lighter patch on the throat and chest. Blue monkeys have a slim and agile body, well suited for life in the trees. They have long limbs and a tail that is often longer than their body, which helps them balance and move with ease through the canopy. Their hands and feet are strong, allowing them to grip branches securely, while their relatively lightweight frame makes them efficient climbers and jumpers. They are considered medium-sized monkeys. Adult males are larger than females, showing clear sexual dimorphism. Males generally measure about 50 to 70 centimeters in body length, with tails that can add another 70 to 100 centimeters. Females are slightly smaller, averaging around 40 to 55 centimeters in body length, with proportionately long tails. Males are noticeably heavier, usually ranging from 8 to 10 kilograms, while females are lighter, averaging between 4 and 6 kilograms. This size difference is linked to their social system, where males compete for dominance and breeding rights, while females maintain the stability of the troop. Communication is another remarkable trait of the blue monkey. They have a wide range of vocal calls and facial expressions, used to warn of predators, maintain contact within the dense forest canopy, or assert dominance. Some calls are so distinct that researchers can recognize individual monkeys just by their voices. Blue monkeys also play a crucial ecological role in their habitats. By moving through the forest and consuming fruits, they act as seed dispersers, ensuring the regeneration and diversity of forest plants. In fact, some tree species rely heavily on monkeys like these for spreading their seeds across wide areas. The blue monkey is currently not considered endangered, but its conservation status varies depending on the region. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the species as a whole is listed as least concern, mainly because it has a wide distribution across Central, East, and parts of Southern Africa, and still maintains relatively large populations in many areas. Local populations face serious challenges. Deforestation and habitat fragmentation are among the greatest threats, as these monkeys depend heavily on dense forests. Expanding agriculture, logging, and human settlement reduce their natural range and isolate groups, which can eventually weaken their genetic diversity. In some regions, blue monkeys are also hunted for bushmeat, adding further pressure. Because of their wide range, it's difficult to estimate the exact number of blue monkeys in the wild. They remain common in several countries, especially where large protected forests still exist, but in fragmented habitats or heavily farmed areas, their numbers can be much lower. Conservation efforts that protect forests, such as national parks and reserves, play an important role in maintaining their populations. Blue monkeys are very expressive animals, and their sounds and communication methods are an important part of their daily lives. They produce a variety of vocalizations, each with a specific meaning. For example, low booming calls are often used by males to announce their presence and establish dominance, while sharp alarm calls alert the troop to predators like eagles or leopards. These alarm calls can even vary depending on the type of threat, helping the group respond appropriately. Blue monkeys use facial expressions and body language to communicate. A raised eyebrow, bared teeth, or certain postures can signal aggression, submission, or reassurance. Grooming is also a vital social behavior. It not only helps with hygiene but strengthens bonds within the troop, especially between females who form the stable core of the group. Blue monkeys rely heavily on long-distance calls because they live in dense forests where visibility is limited. These calls can travel far through the trees, ensuring that members of the troop stay connected even when spread out. Researchers have noted that their vocal repertoire is so rich that some calls carry individual signatures, allowing monkeys to recognize who is calling without needing to see them. Blue monkeys display a range of fascinating behavior patterns that go beyond diet and breeding. They are primarily arboreal, meaning they spend most of their time in the trees, moving gracefully through the canopy in search of food, safety, and resting spots. They prefer the upper levels of the forest, where the thick branches offer cover from predators, though they occasionally descend to the ground to travel or drink water. Socially, they live in female-bonded troops, which are quite stable because females remain in the group for life. This stability means that much of their daily behavior revolves around maintaining harmony. Grooming is one of the most important social activities, helping reduce tension and reinforcing bonds. Males, which are usually solitary or move between groups, tend to display more territorial behaviors, especially during the breeding season, but females are the backbone of troop cohesion. Blue monkeys also show playful behaviors, especially among the young. Juveniles often chase, wrestle, and swing from branches in what appears to be play but also serves as practice for adult coordination and social interactions. Play is not only vital for learning but also for strengthening bonds within the troop's younger members. Blue monkeys are omnivorous, but their diet is strongly plant-based, with fruits making up the largest portion of what they eat. They are highly skilled at moving through the canopy to locate seasonal fruits, which provide them with natural sugars and energy. Because fruit availability changes with the seasons, they have developed a flexible diet that allows them to thrive even when their preferred foods are scarce. When fruits are less abundant, blue monkeys turn to leaves, young shoots, flowers, and seeds as alternatives. They are selective feeders, often choosing the tender, more nutritious parts of plants rather than the tougher, fibrous sections. In some forest areas, they have also been observed feeding on bark, gum, or lichens, showing their ability to adapt to different food resources. Their omnivorous habits extend to animal matter as well, especially insects. They will catch and eat caterpillars, ants, termites, and other small invertebrates, which provide protein and important nutrients. Occasionally, they may also eat small vertebrates such as nestling birds or lizards, although this is less common. This varied diet not only keeps them healthy but also makes them important contributors to the forest ecosystem, as they act as both seed dispersers and controllers of insect populations. Blue monkeys have a polygynous breeding pattern, which means that one dominant male usually mates with multiple females in a troop. The social structure of their group supports this system. Females remain in their natal troop for life, while males often leave when they reach maturity, sometimes competing with other males to take over a group. When a new male gains control of a troop, he usually becomes the primary breeder, though females also play an active role in choosing mates. Breeding in blue monkeys is generally seasonal, timed to match food availability so that infants are born when resources are most plentiful. In many regions, this means births peak during the rainy season, when fruits and other plant foods are abundant. The gestation period lasts around 5 months, after which the female gives birth to a single infant. Twins are very rare. The newborn is cared for almost exclusively by the mother, though other females in the troop may occasionally show interest in the infant, a behavior known as alloparenting. Infants cling tightly to their mother during the first weeks of life and gradually begin to explore their surroundings as they grow. Weaning typically happens at about 1 year of age, but young monkeys remain dependent on their mothers for protection and learning well beyond that. Females usually give birth every 2 years, depending on environmental conditions and the survival of their offspring. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.